Hi, minutes for other folks to join in. Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this webinar. I have my colleague Amit as well along with me, who would be the host, and along with me, I'll be the speaker for you for this webinar today. Yeah, over to you, Amit. We can start the webinar now.
Thank you, Samir. Hello, everyone. Very good morning. I hope all of you are safe and well. We heard the news of massive floods in Dubai. First of all, thank you very much for your time you could make for this webinar. And I really hope that you'll get value out of it. If there are any questions at all, feel free to ask. We'll be more than happy to answer those during or after the webinar. So today's webinar is automating sales with AI. AI, as is a buzzword these days. Everybody is talking about AI and how it can be applied in our daily lives and businesses to give us a competitive advantage. So that's the theme, and it will majorly focus on Microsoft and the products, how they are now inbuilt with AI functionality and how you can use them for your businesses. So with that, first of all, I would like to introduce my colleague Samir. He's the CEO of the organization to give you, after this agenda, to give you an overview of the organization at Zelight, who we are, what we do. So in terms of the agenda for today, what we will start with is a very quick overview of AI and the key trends, and then dive into Copilot in Dynamics 365 as a platform in whole. And after that, we'll discuss some of the challenges that the sales team face on a day-to-day basis and how Copilot in Dynamics 365 sales can help the sales team. And following that, we'll have a demo of Dynamics 365 Sales Copilot, and then we'll open the floor for any Q&A. So with that, I would like Samir to please give a quick introduction to Zilite. Thank you.
Thanks, Amit. Good morning, everyone, and I hope you are keeping safe. We heard the news of this, but I believe like everyone is safe and sound out there. Okay, now just to brief about myself, I'm Samir. I'm the founder of Zilite Solutions. In terms of Zilite, we are a 13-year-old organization, and we are a global enterprise solutions and a full software development company. We are headquartered in Pune, India, but have our offices in UAE. Those are our subsidiaries. Then we have offices in Kenya, USA as well. In UAE, we are based in Sharjah and Abu Dhabi, both the places. Yeah, in terms of Zilite, as I said, like we are basically an enterprise solution. So in terms of enterprise, we largely work with OEMs like Microsoft, wherein we deal with D365, which I'll be walking through the next slide as well. But in terms of like as in Zilite, so we're talking about like what we do. We work largely on Dynamics 365. So Dynamics 365 comes across Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM slash sales. We work, that is the area where we largely work with, but apart from it, we also work with Dynamics 365, customer insights, project automation, field service automation. So those are the areas or the product that we work with D365. Apart from this, we work with Microsoft SharePoint. SharePoint is the area wherein we have been working on the document management system, intranet or extranet portal, or other implementation of processes for an organization in their digital transformation journey. Then again, we use Power Platform, for implementing processes or automating or digitization of the processes. Portals and collaboration. So custom portals, talk about like supplier portal, customer portal, vendor portal. So those can be a custom solution. So we largely work on those areas as well. We help you with your cloud transformation journey. We want to move from on-prem to cloud. So we can help you in terms of migrating your applications from on-prem to cloud as well. Other areas we largely work with is advanced analytics, wherein we help you with advanced analytics using AI. That can be your predictive analysis, sentiment analysis, so on and so forth. We also work on product development. We have our own product tech stack as well, which is specifically meant for industries such as oil and gas, wherein we have our own product called document management system. The other area that we work with is in AI, wherein we currently are going to have a demo or a presentation on our D365 Copilot. But then apart from this, we also work on GenAI. GenAI, currently we have some few use cases wherein we've been working with government, semi-government organization based in UAE and US as well. Rather as in part of their initiative of paperless office. So we have almost migrated or their 350 plus e-services. We have basically automated those processes, various departments, municipality, airport free zone. So those are the areas wherein we have helped Fujairah government, and we still are working with them in terms of their digital transformation journey. And then a lot of few clients out there in terms of we've been working in real estate segment. You talk about group companies as an Alain, Alfutem, then some of the semi-government organizations such as Rabdan Academy, Eagle Hills. These are our clients wherein we have UAE clients wherein we've been working with them. Yeah, and then few of our global clients. Yeah. So as you can see, we work with lot of large enterprises as well, talking about, and then SME as well. But our overall core focus is primarily into SME sectors. We really want our SME partners or SME clients, to kind of get an understanding about what CRM application is all about, what process automation or how process automation can help them to automate their various processes and see the value that is coming across after implementation of various processes. Yeah, over to you, Amit.
Thank you, Samir. Right. So we have quite a few slides. I got a little bit carried away when I was putting this together. I thought everything is relevant. So I'm gonna, briefly touch upon the slides, and then we'll try and focus more on the demo side. But at the, if you have any questions in the meantime, by all means, feel free to ask. So AI, as it's a buzzword these days. Everybody is talking about AI, especially since, OpenAI, they launched ChatGPT. Everybody is talking about AI, how it is impacting everybody in our day-to-day life. For example, from taking a picture on your cell phone to, for example, buying a pair of glasses on website where it recommends you which kind of frame suits best as per your facials and everything. You know, everything now is infused with AI, and it is reshaping all the businesses, all the industries. So if we talk about ChatGPT, it made a platform record where it crossed 1 million users in just 5 days of its launch, which is incredible. So you can see how fast it is growing. And the value of AI is projected to increase 13 times to 15.7 trillion by 2030. And these days, most organizations are already looking into how they can infuse or use AI to gain a competitive edge over their competitors. And the leaders, I know everything is going cloud, online, and mobile, but leaders of tomorrow are already looking at how AI can be used as a differentiator, how they can enhance either the customer interactions or the product or employee experiences using AI. And therefore, 83% of enterprise decision makers, they already have plans to increase their AI spend this year as compared to your competitors. Now the question is, how can your organization leverage the capability of AI, not just to stay in the game, but to redefine it while also safeguarding your business with your data and your employees? So just a very quick recap into AI. Although everybody is talking about AI, but it is not new. So the first instance of AI was in 1950s, where you know data scientists or people were creating intelligent machines that can replicate or exceed human intelligence. And then in 1959 came machine learning, which is a subset of AI, where we were training these machines with data to make decisions or predictions into future. And then in 2017, you probably noticed deep learning. Now you must be thinking, why was there a gap between 1959 from 1960s to 2017? What were we doing? Why did it take us too long to get to deep learning? And the reason is because those days, the storage was a issue and it was very expensive, and the compute for creating these deep learning models was not possible. Although we had supercomputers, but it was not possible to do the versioning. We did not have enough resources. But thankfully, when we had cloud computing come in the last 10-15 years, then we have the capacity to work on these deep learning models, which use neural networks to process the data and make decisions. And then very recently, generative AI came into play, which use LLM or large language models, which are then trained on data which is publicly available. So large amount of data, and then we can use these to, for example, write emails, or for example, write a job description or create images and so on. So if we talk about specifically, the infrastructure or the services that Microsoft offers, you can see on the slide at the very bottom, you can see Azure AI infrastructure. So this is the base infrastructure which Microsoft have invested very heavily, that enables us to provide the AI services. If we talk about Florence, Turing, GPT-4, Whisper, DALL-E, for example, for creating images and so on. Then on the top of that, you have Azure Machine Learning, where you as customers can take advantage of machine learning and create your own custom models, right? You can train those on your data and then use those models. And On the top of that, if you don't want to create any custom models or machine learning, there are also pre-built AI models available for you to infuse into your applications or into your business, which you can use. These are directly available that can be accessed using API or SDKs. Specifically, if we talk about Microsoft Copilot, so that is one of the AI service which Microsoft have launched last year. Um, so slightly digressing from the topic here, but I want to mention why Copilot. Microsoft have given it some thought. You know, uh, it is not AI on autopilot. It is AI as a co-pilot. What that means is if we take, for example, in an airplane, you have a pilot and a co-pilot, right? Co-pilot is assisting the pilot. The same idea. AI is not here to replace you. It is here to make you more productive, to make more time for you. So it is here to, for example, assist you in your day-to-day job. I know most people these days were talking how AI is going to, replace them or take their jobs. But no, here AI is also, just going to enhance what you do, make more time available for you, what you do, and then help you with your day-to-day task or mundane task, right? Whether it is writing content or automating some manual task, sending an email, and things like that, right? And if we talk about different business units or dimensions within the organization, it is going to help everybody, not just sales. And therefore, if we talk about Dynamics 365 as the ecosystem of applications, Microsoft have introduced Copilot for all the applications across the stack. So for example, there's Copilot for sales, there's Copilot for customer insights, Copilot for customer service, and so on. And this is a very quick brief about what you can do using Copilot. So for example, today in this session, we are going to focus on Copilot for sales, the first thing here. But there is also Copilot in marketing, which helps you generate content ideas. And you can use natural language to segment your customers, right? Similarly, in customer service application, you can use Copilot to create customer responses, or using natural language, you can ask a question, and then from the knowledge base, it will give you the right content and things like that. So these are some of the stats that how Copilot has helped the users. So from a recent survey, 75% of the people said Copilot saved them time by finding whatever they need in their files. They don't have to manually go through each folder and each file. They can use natural language to query the data, and that will give them the right results. And then 71% of people, they said they have saved time on mundane tasks, whether it's researching customers or preparing for a meeting, or preparing a brief for a customer meeting, and things like that. So specifically, if you talk about sales as a business function, yeah, 70% of the time, this is one of the key challenge for salespeople, that 70% of time is spent on admin and non-selling duties, which is quite a key concern because they are doing things other than talking to the customers and closing the deals. And it can be anything, for example, checking the emails or responding to emails or updating the CRM or researching a customer and things like that. So a good chunk of that day time is utilized somewhere else where they should be focusing this time on, closing more deals or, talking to their customers and listening to them. So this is just a very quick snapshot. Like I was saying, 70% of the time is spent on either researching prospects or preparation and planning for a meeting, generating quotes, or manually entering the data in the ERP system or in the sales CRM and things like that. So now the question is how we can use Copilot for sales to enable the sales team to achieve more. Yeah. So these are some facts from a research that was done by some of the leading consulting companies, and that has told us that 29% of the labor time for sales role can be automated with generative AI, and the productivity, for example, is increased for each salesperson from 3 to 5%, and 99% of the sellers, they reinvest the time that they have saved on other key, sales tasks. And more importantly, there's a 50% increase in lead to sale conversion rate, which is massive. So there are quite a few benefits of using AI or Copilot for sales in particular. So when we talk about Microsoft Copilot for sales, now it's a combined product. So initially, when it was launched, it was called Sales Copilot, that was linking to your CRM. So it was basically AI working alongside your CRM. But now the product is more enhanced. So the product now is Microsoft 365. That is your Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Yeah. So all the AI functionality infused in Microsoft 365, plus the AI functionality that is infused in your Dynamics 365 for sales. Okay. And the good thing is, especially with this Copilot, it works with either Dynamics 365 for sales, or if you have a Salesforce CRM, then you can also use this to integrate with your Salesforce environment. Right. And there are a number of things that as a salesperson you can do using Copilot. For example, whether in Outlook you want to see the summary of an opportunity, or sales opportunity in Outlook, or you want to analyze all the sales conversations, you can also ask Copilot to create a proposal from a meeting, or in an Access spreadsheet, you can create customer insights, create a revenue data chart or return on investment, total cost of ownership, for example. Update, you can, from within the Outlook interface, you can update the CRM using Copilot. So there's quite a lot of features available in Copilot that as a salesperson you can use. So now we will just look into some of the key challenges, and then in the next slide, we are going to see how Copilot is going to help you. So as we previously discussed, the 66% of sellers, they are spending time in managing their inbox or responding to emails or looking for files that are specific to a specific sales opportunity, or recapping on customer meetings, that what happened on this deal. It has been quite some time. Then you need to go refer a file or OneDrive or somewhere else on your desktop. So how you can use Copilot to help you with those challenges. So in Copilot, you can ask Copilot to write or generate contextual emails within the Outlook, and it can provide the meeting transcriptions for you. So for example, if you're having a Teams meeting, in the background, Copilot is analyzing what is being discussed. And at the end of it, it will give you, for example, a list of tasks that were discussed. For example, if I said, okay, after this meeting, I'm going to send you the deck, or I'm going to send you the proposal. So Copilot in the backend will know that Amit said, okay, I'm going to send you an email. It will automatically prompt me towards the end of the meeting saying, this is a task that you have to complete for this meeting, and so on. And also, if you're in a meeting and you dropped in a name for a competitor, for example, Salesforce or any other customer, it can very easily search your CRM or Bing search database and give you the insights for that specific customer. Yeah, it can help you with the note taking, preparing the meeting notes, and also it syncs with your CRM. So I know most people, if you talk about salespeople, there are some people who like working in Microsoft 365, for example, Outlook and Teams, whereas some people like working in CRM. So Copilot is not a different instance, it's the same instance, but available across all the applications. So you can access Copilot directly from within the Outlook or from within the CRM or from within Microsoft Teams. So broadly, if we talk about how Copilot is going to help you, there are three buckets. The first of all, is the sales productivity. How can Copilot help you with the sales productivity? Then you have customer interactions, and lastly, you have data. So we're going to discuss each item. So first of all, if we talk about sales productivity, as we previously discussed, how you are going to spend the time managing your inbox and your emails, and then creating content for your meeting and so on. So Copilot helps you with writing the emails directly from within the Outlook. So it can generate a response. It can read chain of emails, give you summary of the email. For example, if there's a big conversation wherein you have 10, 12 emails, multiple people sending the information to and fro, you can ask Copilot to very quickly generate a summary of the conversation rather than going through the whole thread and then asking Copilot to generate a response and refine the response. You can, for example, respond by a meeting, or you can get the data from CRM to respond to the email and things like that. Or if you have a meeting coming up, you can ask Copilot to give the insights on what you have discussed in the last meeting, for example, right? Then if we talk about how you can improve customer interactions, quite often, for example, you have a meeting with the customer today, and then nothing happened for the next 15 days. And after 15 days, you get into a meeting, and you probably can't remember everything, on the top of your mind. So what Copilot enables you is you can very quickly ask Copilot to generate a summary of what was discussed in the last meeting, and if there were any open actions that you had to do before the meeting and things like that. So Copilot will very quickly assist you with all those tasks. And if you are in a customer meeting, like I mentioned earlier, you can record the meeting using Copilot, and then in the backend, Copilot will do all the hard lifting for you. For example, noting all the actions that you have to take, giving the summary of the meeting. You can do sentiment analysis, and it will capture all the keywords that were discussed during the meeting, and so on. And lastly, if we talk about the data, it is just the ease of doing things in the application. So in the demo, I will show you how salespeople can update the CRM from within the Outlook. So what happens is when you are in Outlook, you can open Copilot for Sales. And if you want to add a contact to your CRM, if it's a new customer or a new contact who has sent you an email, you can very easily, very quickly create a record in the CRM contact record. You can also update the opportunity in the CRM, or any actions, any meetings, and so on. So it is very easy for you to, without navigating from one application to another, update the data in multiple applications. And also you can collaborate internally within the team. So for example, if you're working on a specific deal, you can collaborate with your colleagues on Teams. You can share a specific opportunity, or invoice or anything, and then ask your team if how they can help with this opportunity. Again, so these are some of the key facts. Copilot has been there for almost a year now, And Microsoft did a study internally of all the sellers. And from the research, it came out that using Copilot, 78% of the sellers, they said they felt they are more productive when they are using Copilot, and it really helps them stay in the flow of work and reduces the admin work. And also, on an average, it is saving approximately 90 minutes per week for a seller, and a 52% decrease in number of clicks when you are, for example, adding a contact or opportunity. You don't have to navigate from one application to the another. It is just very easy to work from one single interface. And using Copilot, it has helped the customers in customer acquisition. So 0.5% increase in number of leads generated, because we are freeing up time for the salespeople to spend more time selling rather than doing administrative work. And also in upselling or cross-selling the products and services, so there's an increase in that. And we are improving the customer interactions, so the customer retention is also improved, and the overall efficiency, they are more productive as an organization. So some of the early evidence, again, so 30 minutes saved per customer meeting, because all the heavy lifting is being done by Copilot. 83% of sellers, they said Copilot makes them more productive, and 79% says they feel they have very less admin work to do, because most of it can be automated using Copilot. Now, if we talk about the capabilities of Copilot, so I'll be very brief, because I would like to focus on the demo. So, for example, you can see on the screen here, a user is logged in within Outlook, so you can see all the emails, and Copilot helps you to update the CRM records in Outlook and Teams, right? So on the right-hand side, you can see Copilot for Sales, uh, this here. So for example, if you want to update a specific opportunity, or, for example, updating the estimated revenue or the stage of the opportunity, then very quickly you can do it from within the Copilot. And then also, it helps you create the summary of the opportunity. So, for example, if there's an email, like I mentioned earlier, and it's a very long email, or an opportunity where you have been working for quite some time, right? There's a deal that you have been working for, like, let's say 3 months, 5 months. Then whatever interactions have been done, all the activities associated with that opportunity, it can give you a summary of what has happened. Or sometimes, if, let's say, opportunity one of your colleague was working, and then it got passed over to you, so you have the complete 360 view of what has happened on that specific opportunity, because Copilot can very easily uh, create the summary and give you all the information that is required. And then you can also use the Copilot in Microsoft 365. So for example, in Microsoft Word, using Copilot, you can ask the Copilot to create a meeting brief, for example, from all the sales meeting that you have done. Or you can use, all the meeting notes that you have, and then ask PowerPoint, the Copilot in PowerPoint, to create a deck, a presentation for a customer meeting. So Copilot is not only helping you with CRM side of things, but it is also infused with your Microsoft 365 across all the products. And it is an ecosystem. So the data is going to be in one place, but it using Copilot, it can be used in multiple applications. Then in terms of customer engagement, you can see it can create the email responses here. So you can see draft with Copilot, and then you can create the first draft. You can give it prompts and keywords, And you can say, for example, create a draft and keep the tone professional or keep the tone friendly and things like that. And Copilot will automatically generate the response for you. And then, like I was talking earlier, so for example, if you are in a meeting with a customer and a customer discussed a name of a competitor, so using Copilot, it can very quickly give you, insight into the competitor. What are your key advantages as an organization over your competitor? What are your strengths and weaknesses and things like that? So that opportunity is there, and it can create the summaries, for example, in the task. You can see here you are in the customer meeting, and then it can very easily create follow-up tasks that you have to respond to an email or send a proposal and things like that. And just a click of a button, you can create the follow-up task for you. And like I mentioned earlier, you can use Teams for collaboration within the organization. You can use Microsoft Loop to create plans, generate ideas, collaborating with your team within the organization. And yeah, Outlook email summary. So this you can see here, um, this is the Outlook interface. And at the top here, you have summary by Copilot here in this section. So what it does is goes through the entire chain and gives you the summary. And on the right hand side, you can see all the key sales information about that specific customer and suggested actions. For example, you can update the opportunity. If there are multiple leads or opportunities in the system, you can see pretty much all the 360 information is available for you within the Outlook interface. So this is about talking about the creating the email draft. So within the Copilot, you can get these prompts like make a proposal, request more details, and things like that. You can use these prompts to automatically generate the email draft for you. And using the Word, like I showed you earlier, you can ask Microsoft Word, draft with Copilot. You can take, for example, meeting notes from a specific meeting and ask to create a meeting brief or any content generation that you can create such things. It is also integrated in Teams. You can see here. So for example, if you're in a customer meeting, it can surface the information from your CRM. You can see there's opportunity summary that you can refer to while talking to the customer. You can recap on previous meetings and things like that. And lastly, although there is a lot of good features and functionalities available in Microsoft Copilot, but if there is anything which is very much bespoke for you as a business, we are also able to extend the Copilot using Copilot Studio and create more pointed features and functionalities for the organization. So I'll take a pause here, and I'll ask if you have any questions before moving on to the demo.
Yeah, I'm Sanjay. I have a one question. When we are talking about Copilot for sales, it is assuming that we are using a Microsoft Dynamics also on the sales side, or does it get integrated with other CRM tool also?
So at the moment, you can integrate it with Dynamics 365 Sales and Salesforce. So
Salesforce.
these two CRM, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. So we'll jump into the demo. Give me a few seconds and then I'll reshare my screen. Is my screen visible now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Right. So you can see I'm logged in to a demo environment, and as a user, I'm logged into my Outlook. And for example, I've received an email from a customer saying, they have a budget of 250K and they would like to move forward with the purchase. Now, within the Outlook, I can see here summary by Copilot, right? So, for example, if it is a big chain of conversation, you can just click on summary by Copilot, and then it will analyze the email and give you a summary of the key insights into sales. So, for example, it says Alex, a purchasing manager at Fabricam, this is a company, emailed you to inquire about product updates, and they want to inform you that they have now secured a budget for this purchase. And, the Band Insight found budget of 250K and so on. So it can very easily create a summary for you. And then from there, you can click on a button and go to, for example, Copilot for Sales. It will open up in the same interface on the side here. And you can see here, it is now giving me the information from CRM, so key sales info, right? And it is also suggesting me that I like to update the opportunity in the CRM because the customer mentioned or the prospect mentioned that they now have a budget, right? And saved in, so this is my contact, which is saved in Salesforce. There's an opportunity in the CRM, and then this is my account, right? So what I can do is I can click on update opportunity, and from the same interface, I have this opportunity here. Okay, I can update the revenue and click update. So without navigating to CRM, from within the Outlook, I have very easily updated the opportunity, right? Which saves a lot of time for the seller. Now, if I want to reply to Alex, for example, I can click on the reply button here, and then this is a new email which opened up, and you can see draft with Copilot. Now, these are multiple prompts which Copilot is giving me. For example, whether I want to reply to this inquiry or make a proposal or address a concern, or you can also, give it custom prompts. So let's say if I want to give them a proposal. So if I click on make a proposal, Copilot will very quickly, in few seconds, create a draft. Right. So you can see, Alex, thank you for the email. And very easily, it gave me the draft email, which again saved me a lot of time as a seller. Right. I can keep it and send it to Alex. And then if I want to, collaborate internally within my organization, I can use Teams. I can go to Teams directly from here, right? And in files, I want to create, before meeting a customer, I want to create a meeting brief. For example, I can go new, Word document, and this is now taking advantage of Copilot in Microsoft 365. So I'm creating a new document here. And then using Copilot, I'm asking, okay, prepare for meeting using a sales meeting that we had. This is the sales meeting here. So I'm pointing it to the sales meeting and then click generate. So very quickly, what it will do is it will gather all the data, all the details from multiple sources and prepare the meeting preparation or the proposal for me. So you can see I have meeting information here. right? I have opportunity summary along with previous meeting insights and any open task which are associated with this opportunity, and also recent email summaries. And then you can see the CRM record, right? So typically it will take you like at least 30 minutes to put that together, but using Copilot, you can do it very easily. And then I can directly share that with my team. Okay. And when you're having a meeting with the customer, so for example, this is a Teams meeting. You can see here all the speakers and the statistics, like what is the talk to listen ratio, and you have follow-up task. So this is automatically generated by Copilot. And what you can do is very quickly, you can just click a button, create a task, and then it will automatically create a task for you and assign it to yourself. For example, I'm logged in as David, and it is going to be connected to a specific opportunity and the due date, and then create. And also what it will do is in the backend, it will generate all the meeting notes from that meeting. So you can see there's meeting notes here, which are also available. Yeah. So again, I'll take a pause and then ask whether what you saw in Copilot, do you think is that going to be helpful, or if you have any questions, how you can use it for your organization, or if you want to discuss a specific use case, we'll be happy to answer that.
So Amit, does it take care of the integration between some portion is in Outlook, some portion is in Dynamics, and some portion maybe in Word or some portion in PowerPoint, and pull
Yeah.
the data and do the work?
Yes, absolutely. That's the whole purpose. So it is not, so Copilot is not a specific instance for Outlook, for Microsoft 365, right? It is the underlying layer, right? It connects to pretty much the whole ecosystem. That is the idea, right? So
Mhm.
you don't have to navigate to Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, CRM, and so on. So it is connected, and then it will bring all the insights and data from multiple applications into one single place for you as a user, thereby saving you time and effort and making it easier for the salesperson to have that data available whenever they want. But that is the whole purpose.
And does it help for analytics things also? Only for the data related things, we have to pull it from say ERP, then we have to pull it from say Salesforce or pull it from Dynamics and another home ground some of the systems so that it will create a one kind of a Excel sheet for analytical purpose. Does this help in that or
It can. So there are
it can?
multiple ways of achieving that. For example, like I mentioned, Copilot is available in Microsoft 365 or Excel, right? So when you go in Excel and if you have Copilot enabled, you can ask Copilot to, for example, create a return on investment or trends about the sales forecast. How is your forecast this quarter compared to last quarter? You can do all that in Excel. That is the first option. Second option is if you want to use Power BI, for example. So Power BI also comes with Copilot. You can ask Power BI to give you visualizations in plain natural language. As we talk to each other, like what are my key differentiators? Why is my sales this quarter less than last quarter? Things like that, right? And then Power BI is enabled to give you that level of insights, or you can use Fabric, on a much greater level if you want. So all these applications have Copilot capability. If that answers your question,
Yeah,
Sanjay.
thank you. Thank you.
Hello, my friend. This is Malik from UAE.
Hello, Malik. Nice to meet you.
Sir, the question here, is it a matter of a membership per user, or it can also use by desktop and the mobile? And what exactly that it's not only an idea, it's an app, and really I'm very happy to see now there is an app that can assist and help us, especially who has a busy inbox daily, receiving more than 100 or 150 emails.
Yeah.
I really would like to understand more about the membership or how we can move on. Yeah.
So I think you're asking about the licensing side of things, how it is licensed for the users, right?
Yes, true.
Yeah. Okay. So you know, this is, for example, if you are already a user of Dynamics 365 for sales, for example, and you have the enterprise license, then the Copilot is included free of cost. You do not have to pay additionally for using Copilot, right? But if you're not using, for example, Dynamics 365 for sales, then you can buy a license, right? For Microsoft 365, it is $30 per user per month. And if you want to extend it to your CRM as well, then you have to pay another $20. So for your Microsoft 365 plus your CRM altogether will be $50 per user per month.
So this will be per user, but the user can use it
But
in a different laptop. So it will be a license he can use, or she can use that wherever the device is, or wherever that he's using that the account on the 365. Can you
yeah,
hear
so
me?
this,
Huh?
yeah, I can hear you. So this is not a device license. This is a per user license. So for example, I as an individual user will have a license to use it.
Okay, so right. Are we going to pay directly to the Microsoft or through the third party?
So yes, you will pay directly to the, I mean, the money essentially goes to directly to the Microsoft, but it really depends where you buy the licenses. So for example, if you buy from a CSP or from any other party, then, obviously you have a subscription with them, so you pay them. But, essentially the service provider is Microsoft.
Yeah, it's okay, but I'm sorry. So you are presenting to us
So we can help you
Copilot.
with gaining the licenses if that's what you're asking.
Okay, so and that's why I'm asking that. How
Yeah.
much we should pay in total to get the license?
Yeah. Hey, Amit, I can take that question, in fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Malik, so what we'll do is, so it depends upon the number of the users that you have, in terms of doing the entire licensing, that what would be the actual cost, when talk about a number of licenses and the products that currently you are using. So let's say if you're using M365 or D365, so that will be something that we'll have to talk about it. What I'll do is I'll have my sales team to be in touch with you after the call is done, and then we can have one-on-one talk about how the licensing would work, and then we can take it forward from there if that works for you, Mr.
Okay,
Malik.
fair enough. Excellent. Thank you very
Perfect.
much.
Hey Malik, before I have one question here. Do you have any current partner for Microsoft whom you are dealing with at this point of time in UAE?
Well, see, now you know that we are not IT related services. We are that company focused more that on the operation. We are using DRV, So now, apart actually that just to facilitate our daily work, but we don't have a real sales team where our products are services. But you know that many of the features your colleague has presented is really very interesting to us. But when it comes to the sales, yes, we have a different type of sales. We are not channel let's say that sales company, we are doing services and we deliver services. Yes, we have our database of the suppliers more than the clients. Number of clients, not too much because we are doing only large scale projects. But yes, and somehow some of the features are very, very interesting to us.
Perfect. Fine, Malik. Mr. Malik, I'll have someone to be in touch with you once our call is done. That sounds
Okay.
good.
Excellent.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Malik. Just conscious
this
of the
is Asim
time,
here.
everybody. Hello, hi.
Yeah, Amita, just quick question regarding this Salesforce. This is only, it can be linked with the Salesforce and that's the only CRM it can link. It can link an other CRM also, because in our company we have basically locally, within our company we have created a CRM. So can it be linked there?
So Copilot for Sales at the moment, as we speak, can connect only with Salesforce and Dynamics 365 for Sales. However, there is an opportunity for us to create a custom Copilot for you that can link to your own, for example, different third-party provider.
Okay. So it can be
So
possible to link it.
Using Copilot Studio, yes, there is an opportunity to create a custom Copilot. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. And it will be basically when you have these user have using a Copilot. So all the basically data available with this user on Outlook, on the CRM, or on Excel, or on a PowerPoint, it can pick up. Yes.
Yes. Yes. And also, most importantly, your data is your data, and that is, I think, one of the key benefits. And why people are asking why we can't use ChatGPT or anything else, right? Because then if you have any sensitive data, it goes into cloud, it is accessible to everybody, right? With Microsoft, it is deployed on your tenant, right? So your data is strictly confidential, only you can access your data. So that is, I think, one of the key advantage of using Azure OpenAI services.
How it will basically recognize that this email is linked to this? See, like we have activity through CRM. So how it will be recognized that this email is connected to that quotation activity or quotation in the system or order in the system?
So, for example, if when you receive an email, it will see if that person is already in your CRM or not. Right? If it is there, then obviously it knows that person is there, and it will show you all the related information for that account and so on. Right? If not, it also scans through your Outlook. So if you had any previous correspondence and anything, so it can give you like a snapshot or a summary of all the interactions that you have had, and there's a record in your Outlook, right? So that is possible. And once it is connected to a specific account, then you have the complete 360. So for example, you can, from within the Outlook interface, you can add it to a specific account, save a contact. There's an option which comes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. It needs to basically dive deep in this system to understand more. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So any further questions here? I think we are good here. So fine. So we have Mr. Malik. We'll have someone to be in touch with you once this call is done, and then I think we can look forward to discuss on further things. In terms of, I believe like we don't have any further questions, so we should be good to close this webinar. And we thank you everyone out there for joining this webinar. Really appreciate your time. Yeah, and
Thank
then
you.
people who be interested to kind of, yeah, thank you, appreciate that. Anyone who would like to have any questions, or if you want to have some details, more details, please feel free to be in touch with us. So anyways, we'll be getting an email from our side along with the webinar video as well to kind of be in touch with us if you have any requirements. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Amit.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
Deep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone. Thanks for your
Thanks,
time.
Amit.
Thank you so much.